Hey everybody, I decided I wanted to do a reading for us, just advice. And it's going to be like a pick your card, a pick a card reading. And I'm going to use this deck. This is the Cosma Visions Oracle by James R. Eads. It's actually a tarot deck, but he didn't call it that because he's very much changed it and it's not traditional at all. So, well, I mean, it is kind of. It's not traditional. The court cards are completely different and the suits are different. So I bought it because I like the colors. I'm actually going to read from the book that comes with the deck because I just got it and I'm not familiar enough with it. Plus he put, his meanings are a little bit different or slightly different from the traditional. So I'm just gonna go with what he has with this deck. Use it in the way he meant for it to be used, or with the meanings he meant to use it with. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards. I'm gonna put number 1 will be copper, number 2 will be black tourmaline, I think this is, and then this is citrine. So, and that'll be 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just going to do advice, and I'm going to actually read sort of straight from the book, unless I get some other message when I'm looking at the cards. So this is general advice. So think of your question, pick a card, and hopefully we'll get helpful messages today. I've already picked out my crystal, so for me, I'm going to shuffle them one more time. So let's see. So this will be number 1, number 2, and number 3. And like I said, I'm just going to read straight from the book. So if you picked this copper chunk, then the answer to your question or your message for today is the pelican. And I believe this is like the emperor. This is about a need to take control of a situation or get in control of a situation. Now that's just coming from me. Well, let's see what he says. Let's see. The pelican, structure, control, discipline. Yep. Discipline. The pelican essentially, I'm not going to read the description. I'm just going to read the message. The pelican essentially represents spirit plane boot camp. Boot camp. When it comes up in a reading, it can be a symbol of structure and control, but it can also represent rigidity and coldness. If so, there may be a need to confront your inner self. When you see the pelican, ask yourself if you are avoiding something that needs confrontation. Step into your power in order to move on, or perhaps ask if you are being controlling about something that requires lightness. So there's the 2 sides of the same coin, but I'm getting this is a need to take control of a situation. That's what I'm getting from this. Number 2, if you pick this one, the answer to your question or your advice is the Phoenix. Number 5, 4, 5. So this would be like the Hierophant. Let's see what the message is according to James. Let's see. This to me, before I read from what he has to say, is about, well, he has a phoenix here. That's usually, so that's almost like looking for comfort so that you can rise from the ashes as the phoenix does. So that is, I'm getting comfort, a need for comfort. Let's see what he says. If the phoenix appears, it is time for celebration as you are approaching a new awakening and an internal holiness with the self. There is a magic bubbling inside of you that only needs your complete oneness in order to soar. Do not become too rigid in your expectations. There is an undeniable natural changeability that will happen within the self. Allowing patience and room for the spiritual awakening to take place will lead you to soar to great heights. So this is about a spiritual awakening. This is some sort of spiritual awakening. Maybe from watching a YouTube video, possibly even. So let's see. Number 3, the citrine. And the card is Ace of Birds. This is like Ace of Swords. This is like the Ace of Swords. Truth and victory. This is also a yes card. If you had a question, a yes or no question, that's a yes. Let's see, Ace of Birds. Let's see what he says. I'm just going to read the message here. You have climbed to the beak of Wise Mountain. The beak of, this is a mountain here. Let's see. And as you gaze into the valley below, an instantaneous lucidity washes over you. Yep, so like a breakthrough. This is a powerful card to pull in a reading. It is the ace of the mind and symbolizes a great breakthrough and honing mental clarity. If it hasn't happened yet, this breakthrough is soon to come. Wise Mountain asks only for patience and trust, and the truth will guide you. So you're about to get the answer to your question. If the answer isn't yes, you're about to get the answer. You're about to get a breakthrough. You're about to realize something. So that's what I get for the 3 pick a card readings today. And if you're curious, I chose this one. Thanks, everybody.